In many ways, The Mandalorian has revitalized the Star Wars universe. By taking the focus away from the Jedi, more or less, and focusing it on the outskirts of the universe and how people like bounty hunters get by and do things, we've gotten a fresh experience in a stagnant universe. Which is something that should never happen. Just saying. Now, with The Mandalorian Season 2 coming in October, you need to be ready for what's coming. Are you ready? Allow us to show you everything you need to know for The Mandalorian Season 2. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
Number 7. This was the way. Okay, so you want to catch up on everything that happened in Season 1, right? Well, here's a very loose recap. A Mandalorian named Din Djarin has been doing work as a bounty hunter in order to gain money, and Beskar, in order to help the remaining Mandalorians who are in hiding and try to reclaim their place in the galaxy. However, after getting a major job done and finding a child, he has a change of heart and decides to keep the child in order to figure out what is going on and why this child is so important. The child, known to many now as Baby Yoda, is the size of an infant but 50 years old. And as we would find out, is indeed Force-sensitive, and uses abilities like Force Lift and Force Heal to save Mando, Din's nickname, more than once. The problem, though, is that he broke the rules of the Bounty Hunters Guild by reneging on the contract for the child, and thus, everyone in his quadrant of the galaxy is after him. The Empire, bounty hunters, mercenaries, and more. Din tries to escape multiple times, but nothing works. Eventually, he goes and confronts those that were targeting him and the child, but receives a shock when he finds out the Empire wiped out many of the Mandalorians that he was with in the pilot episode, and that a former secret police leader of the Empire, Moff Gideon, is the architect behind all that happened to him and the child, including being one of the men who helped ensure the destruction of Mandalore. After getting free of Gideon, and seemingly killing him, it didn't take. Mando and the child went off on a new mission as assigned by the Armorer, the last of the Mandalorians that Mando knew. That mission? Go and find the home of the child and take him to his people. Now you know what happened in Season 1 loosely, but what happens now? Number 6. Baby Yoda. If you really think about The Mandalorian, one of the most mind-boggling elements is that Baby Yoda was kept a secret from everyone. Every trailer and poster art was about Mando, and it didn't even reference a child or even the mission per se that he was going to find this child on. As a result, when Baby Yoda did come around, the internet and the world blew up about it in the best way possible. Now, Baby Yoda is a meme, a doll, literally, and something that Disney had tried to capitalize on in various ways. But obviously, taking into account the upcoming Season 2, Baby Yoda is going to have a much more important role, even if we don't know how it's all going to play out. Because again, the goal of this season is to go and find the home of Baby Yoda, which, as many die-hard Star Wars fans would attest to, is not easy. After all, do you know the name of Baby Yoda's species? No, you do not. Do you know the name of the planet where Baby Yoda came from? No, you don't. This is intentional, as George Lucas made Yoda, the actual Yoda, be as mysterious as possible. And though the prequels and the Clone Wars series, both of them, fleshed out his character in various ways, we still know jack about him. Which is why the struggle to get Baby Yoda home will be compelling. Who other than one of his species would know about their home world and where to go? Will we find a member of his species? Or will this season end with a big clue pointing towards it? We don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see how this very much desired piece of Star Wars lore comes to be fleshed out. Number 5. The Jedi Influence. In many ways, Star Wars as a franchise is about Jedi, and while The Mandalorian did go and diversify its ranks and tried to escape the grip of the Skywalker saga, it still got Jedi to deal with. Which brings us to Season 2 of the show. Because now that Mando knows about the Jedi, and that Baby Yoda is one of them, that means he'll either have to go find one of them for help, or one of them will find him. There are confirmations that Ahsoka Tano is going to be showing up in this season, played by Rosario Dawson. Should that be true, that would be not only a big get for the series, but a big moment for Star Wars fans as a whole. For those who don't know, Ahsoka Tano was brought in via the Clone Wars 3D cartoon series that was on Cartoon Network. She went from fan-hated to fan-beloved over the course of its many seasons. Then she was brought back for Star Wars Rebels and made an even bigger splash. This would be her first true live-action appearance, outside of a voice cameo in The Last Jedi. And how she could affect the Mandalorian series and just Mando in general would be huge. The key thing here is that there are some who don't think she'll be in the season, and even if she is, we don't know for how long. Which brings us to number 4, Boba Fett. Let's be clear here, without Boba Fett there would be no Mandalorian series. Which is of course ironic because of how Boba Fett ended up in The Return of the Jedi. However, in the comics he had a much larger run, but those are now retconned, so his apparent coming to The Mandalorian Season 2 will be important. Why? Because Boba Fett deserves to get some redemption in terms of his skills and what he can bring. Now, as a Mandalorian, you'd think that he would ally himself with Mando. But he has a bad relationship with Jedi, as you might know, so he might see it as important to end Baby Yoda and thus get into a turf war of sorts with Mando. Now, like Ahsoka, there are some questions as to whether Boba is honestly coming, though signs heavily point to yes. However, like Ahsoka, we don't know how long he'll be in the second season. It could be a cameo, like one that was teased in Season 1, Episode 5, or he could be a recurring threat. It's hard to say. But what is true is that many want Boba to appear and have a big role. Number 3, the Darksaber. In the Clone Wars cartoon, we got to see more about the Mandalorian culture, including the arrival of the Darksaber. This was made 1,000 years previous by the first Mandalorian to be inducted into the Jedi Order. It is a very unique and distinct lightsaber, but after being liberated by the Mandalorians, they've passed it down through various lines, which makes it all the more curious that Moff Gideon has it. This was the stinger from the Season 1 finale as he uses the Darksaber to cut himself out of a TIE fighter. How did Moff Gideon get it? Why is he using it? Will it get back into the hands of Mando? It's hard to say. Number 2, more focused storylines. While there's little doubt that The Mandalorian Season 1 was great, it also had side story issues. Sometimes the stories were fine, other times not so much. The Gunslinger is a great example of that. We wanted more on Mando, Baby Yoda, and more, but we didn't always get that. The team behind Season 2 have promised that this season will be more focused, that the side stories won't be as spread out or as unimportant. Granted, there will no doubt be a filler episode, but hopefully not many. Also, they said that the lengths of the episodes might be longer than Season 1 episodes. I guess we'll see. Number 1. This is the way. In closing, there is a lot to look forward to with The Mandalorian Season 2, mainly because this kind of story honestly hasn't been done in Star Wars before. There are a lot of elements going on here with Season 2. We know that Mando will fight the Empire, the Rebel Alliance, other bounty hunters, underworld dealers, will meet old friends like Cara Dune and Greef Karga, possible Jedi, and more. You can expect big action, big surprises, and an all-star team of writers and directors trying to make this as cool as possible. If you haven't seen the first season, go watch it now and be prepared for Season 2. Why? This is the way. So what did you think? What did you think of this look at The Mandalorian Season 2 and everything that happened before and what might happen now? What are you most excited for in the new season? What surprises are you expecting that maybe hasn't leaked out yet? Who is your favorite character and why is it Baby Yoda? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and we'll see you next time on the channel.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.